Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Merlin here on this Sunday morning in November. It's a bit chilly outside in the UK, but hey, indoors we're nice and warm. So let's plow on. Welcome to King Arthur's Legends Rise. As you can tell, this is all about the Arthurian Legend characters themselves. It's a hero collector's game, so it's sort of on the same sort of lines as Raid Shadow Legends, Marvel Strike Force, and Star Wars Galaxies of Heroes, to name just three. There are absolutely loads out there that you can do. I mean, I've played other games. There's a game that's just recently, its name kind of escapes me at the moment, but there was a game that's with something gods, and basically features anybody from history. You had people such as Robin Hood, Arthur himself, and all those sort of things. So there was loads of others, but there are loads of these games on the marketplace. But let's just see how this one pans out and compares with the others, from what the content I've played so far. I'm a little bit further on, so when I show you the screens in a moment, you will need to have moved on a little bit to get this far. This is one of those games I've decided not to restart from the beginning before showing content. And the reason behind that is I feel that this game series, I hope, will be an ongoing one. So it may be not as frequent as the other games that I show content for, but like with many of my content creator colleagues, these sort of games are something that you would like to continue with news and content as it appears. So, that, for example, you always have updates that come through with any game, but you know, like with Marvel Strike Force, I've seen many of my colleagues do kind of like snippets of, say, updates and news that comes in, new characters that have arrived, and things like that. Especially as this game only contains 70 characters at the moment, so there will be more, I would imagine, to come along down the line. So enough of me chatting, and let's get into it. So as I said, Camelot Castle is in front of you. To get to this point, you will be undertaking some quests to begin with your minimal strike force, as they call it. So you'll have Arthur and you'll have Kay. And for the purpose of those who say, well, hang on, Kay's female in this, yes, she is. She is his foster sister. I know in Arthurian Legend it's a man, but, I think it's a good idea to chop and change from time to time. So, yeah, Kay is his sister. So let's look at the screen as a whole. The obligatory red dots appear whenever you need to collect items. So let's go start in the bottom left-hand corner here, and start with our heroes. So basically, you have a roster of heroes at the bottom here, and as usual, they are split between legendary, rare, uncommon, and common. And as with the majority of these games, the common ones are as much used as cannon fodder, and I probably won't be using them. Uncommon, most of them probably won't be used. There'll be a few characters that will be used, but mainly be focusing on rare. Obviously, legendary speaks for themselves. However, the cost to advance them, I found so far, is pretty much double rare in most cases. So you might find that spending all your resources upgrading one legendary when you can do two rare characters, which may be better for you in the long run, certainly would be a way I look at it. It's one of these ones where you go 10 levels, then you have to advance them, and then you get another 10 levels, and so on and so forth. So as you can see here, Tristan is now in the range between 21 and 30. And of course, when you first come into the screen, you've got your stats, basically, of what the situation is. You've also got things like what moves they all do. So, for example, the basic move that he has is kind of like saying, there's a 100% chance to trigger upon using the skill one. So this is a passive one. I think these are passive. Actually, I think these might be passive. Yeah, so these are passive abilities. So I'll reset what I was saying before. These aren't the moves that you do in game. These are the passive ones that appear. So basically, when you're using your certain kind of level 1, 2, or 3 moves in the game, they may set off these items as well. You then have your equipment. So again, you have your list of equipment in your inventory. Anything that's been allocated has got a circle with a face against it. Anything unallocated obviously doesn't, and doesn't have a marker against it either. And as you can see, the colour dictates what type, what strength. So as you're obviously aware, green would be uncommon, blue would be rare, and legendary will of course be this browny gold colour, I suppose, really. Your relics, they always carry, each person carries a relic, but can carry up to 3, and I'll explain the reasons why in a moment. So we're kind of, and this is where your moves come into it on this basis. So level 1 move, it attacks one enemy, and obviously as you level up, you will be able to increase your damage accordingly. Level 2 is, in this case, again, a shadow throw. And again, if the target has protection, it'll deal additional damage. So again, if you're looking at protected enemies, this will be a good one to use, and so on. I don't need to go through everything. Relic strengthening, you need to unlock the relic forge, which I haven't done yet. So I'd imagine probably what will happen is that the moves can be upgraded once that particular forge is open. So I'll go into that in a moment. Finally, you have your review, which is the write-up of obviously what it is, what the person is, and also at the top here you've got what type of character they are. So, for example, here weather does dictate certain gameplay. So, for example, if someone is better at day than they are at night, so if the battle's at night time, they will still fight, of course, but their attacks will be less than if they were during the day. And as you can see here, he's the ability of a stag, so it increases his attack-centric abilities and also other attack elements as well. And basically has a leader effect when you come to the dungeons. So again, there are certain characters that do have leader effects, which will help with everybody's stats when it comes to it. So that's kind of like the basic side of the hero. I'm not going to go through all of the heroes I've got so far. Safe to say that, of course, you start off with Arthur, as I said, and you will eventually get Kay straight away, who is, as I said to you, the foster sister of Arthur. Excuse me. So and obviously I had a red dot on it. And the reason I had a red dot, I think, is for advancement. So again, here, this guy in the uncommon can be advanced. Yes, I'm not going to advance him. He's an uncommon person at the moment. I prefer to do the other ones first. But again, it does show you what you need to upgrade the levels accordingly. Now, there's loads of items within other bits and pieces within the menu of each character. There's chivalry as well. I'm not going to go through that. I'll let you kind of explore that yourself. You've got a power-up guide at the bottom here, and this is basically you can collect items as and when you do things. So whether it's going through certain missions, for example, skill levels, or when you're upgrading your equipment or relics, or going on certain missions. So you have daily, week missions, weekly, and monthly. In any way, shape, or form, as long as you do these missions, you will continue to receive the rewards accordingly. What's it say? Which one? Oh, this is the summon page. So this is where you can summon your characters. As you can see here, you've got some characters ranging from the normal up to a special one. You've got Flame, Frost, and Storm relic summons. I will address that in just a moment. Excuse me again. Got a bit of a cough this morning. And then, of course, obviously what you'd like to try and get is to get your legendaries as well. Although I'm saying, it's better to upgrade the rare characters, you want legendaries as well. And then you have like what we call a royal road, which is paths. So you go on certain paths. So this is the stuff I've done so far. So you go through the main storyline, and as you go through the storyline, you collect certain items. The other path, I believe, is to do with enhancing equipment or going through dungeons. And as each level progresses, as you go up for a level, other things will become available. So we start off with the Plaza Fountain. This is where you get your EXP potions to level up. So just collected that. It kind of refreshes every hour, up to, I believe, a maximum, I think, of, I want to say probably 6 hours. It's 20 an hour, I think, or is it 30? One of the two anyway. And again, I would presume the fact that they're level 1 at the moment, they will increase in time. Again, we haven't got that far, so we'll certainly see how that goes. And let's just, for the purpose of science, upgrade a character. So we're going to power up 1 level, use some of that. In fact, we'll power up 2. There you go. And that'll increase his stats as it shows. There at the bottom here. And the top right hand corner shows his total power. So you can see as well. We've then also got the Mage's Tower, which is where you collect your basic orbs, and then you can go into the tower in a minute. I'll show you where you can actually increase or kind of, how can I put it, merge into better orbs, which is required for advancing your characters. I mentioned about the flame, frost, and storm relics. So basically, when you go into battle, you will have. So let's just say, for purposes' sake, let's just go into this one. And I've done this, so I'm just going to click on a particular chapter and just go into that. I'm going to cancel in a moment. But you can see here, you have 3 icons. You have a flame icon, a frost icon, and this is a storm icon. And like in a lot of games, you will find that obviously the storm character will be better than the frost character, and the frost character better than the flame, and you know where this is going. So yeah, so this is kind of like gives you that kind of overview of planning. So when you go into your battle, you know who to choose based on obviously their icons. So we'll come out of that for now. Okay, we've got the Knights training camp. Speaks for itself. You go in there, you do your training and gain rewards. So I've done all of basic training, and I'm partway through intermediate training. You have got the marketplace, which again you can buy certain items. So again here, let's, for the purpose again for science, we'll buy some of these because I want to show you how to merge them, upgrade them. We'll buy some of these. So buy 1 set of these. And then obviously what happens, this refreshes every day, and you can also do a single refresh as well, just to see how it comes out. You have dungeons. So in the dungeons, these are where you can collect your further orbs. So you obviously, the higher up you go, the better the return. So you can see here, first time clear, you get a rare and uncommon orbs and some EXP. Obviously, if you go further up, you'll get the same as well. They're locked at the moment, so you can't go in there. But these ones, first time clear was obviously a little bit less. And again, it gives you the kind of level that you're going up against. So if you're going to go against a level 20 beast there, or Penvied as he is, then you're not going to want to go in with much less than that. So you go with a 10, you're going to get wiped out. And again, you've got the castle itself. So basically, the castle is the hub of everything. You've got that to begin with, and that's where everything will develop itself from there. This is as far as I've got at the moment, so I would imagine there will be more to come. And this is another reason why I would like to do kind of ongoing series of videos. The videos will be shorter than this one will be, but it'll be ongoing videos. I mentioned the Relic Forge, so again, we can't unlock it yet until we go into the hard level of main story 2.7. So I briefly showed you the story a minute ago of the chapters, which have been done on normal. I can revisit them on hard in due course as well. And you've got Lake Avalon, which is, again, this is another entrance point for your summons. And you get a free summon anyway, every so often, so there's no reason why we just don't click it. Summon for free. And it goes through an animation. And we've got an uncommon Gwyn, so that could be quite handy to upgrade him. He's a flame hero, so I've only got 2 flame heroes at the moment, so that might be handy. For the time being, might be worth doing that. And then you're back into the main screen. So if you're like me, when these sort of games, red dots do kind of wind you up, so I'm going to click on them and start picking them out. So we got here, past missions, going to claim all the levels. So just rattle through them. Every day you get a free package for jewels. And this helps you again towards your main summon, which we're trying to do. We're trying to save up for the main summons. And then obviously certain levels depending on what you've done. So that was energy. You'll need energy for the quests. And the good old-fashioned main menu board. So you've got your power-up guide. So again, we just claim the rewards. So this is obviously the first one of a daily quest. Your achievement pages. challenge. Codex is whenever you get a new character, you go straight to the codex. If you click on the character for the first time, you'll get some more jewels. And you can see here at the moment, this is the list of all the characters that are currently available. So these are all the legendaries, of which there are 15. There are 20 rare and obviously multiple common and uncommon. The ones that you've unlocked are obviously appear lit. All the other ones are appear grey, shadowed out for the time being. And it's still showing about the hero management, which I think is probably the advanced one, which is I think on these. And I'm not going to advance these. I know it does wind me up to have an uncommon, a red dot, but hey, I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. And that's your menu. And that's pretty much where you start off with your castle. This is kind of like the beginning point. You also have the ability to set up clans, another name for alliances. I've set my own basic, just for me. So if anybody comes, they have to ask for my approval to join. The reason why that is, I'm not for one for much for alliances, especially early on. I probably will do as time goes on. But the reason behind that is basically that I want to, for content purposes, I don't want to have to spend every day going on the game. I don't have the time to spend every day going on the game. So I've got so many games on the go at the moment. As you may see from my channel, I haven't got time to sit every day and go on one game. So I'm quite happy, and I'm not hurting anybody by doing it. So let's head into the storyline. Actually, before we do that, let's ever see which other ones can be unlocked and what we need to unlock them. So the theatre needs the main story to be completed at level 5. Chapter 5 rather. The stonemason is chapter 8. What else have we got here? We can't go any further, zoom out any further than we already are. I think that's the only ones that are now unlocked apart from the relics. So there's no reason, I suppose really, there's no reason why we can't go into the hard main story if it allows us to try and clear them off. So look up here, what you need to do is you need to, you have to unlock them. Clear, right, so unfortunately we have to clear all of normal before we can actually go into hard, which is a bit of a shame. I would like to have been able to kind of like clear chapter 1 normal and then clear hard straight after. So it's a bit of a shame, but never mind, can't be helped. So we've done all that, that's chapter 4 done. We can now go into chapter 5. Let's just click on there, we have done this. I don't know why it's not allowing us to do this. Oh, I know why. Forgive me for that, that's a bit of a daft moment. I have to speak to Kay. So anything quest related, it will appear on the right hand side. You just click on it and you get a load of text stuff that comes up. It's entirely up to you whether I'm not worried about reading it for the purpose of this video, but you never know what comes out. And again, this says depart for better grain. So now chapter 5 becomes unlocked, so we can enter the main story.
The journey to Sherwood.
And it starts off with a bit of animation, which I'm going to skip for the purpose of this video. So we don't need to see that. You can. I am not stopping you from doing it, but I don't want to see it. Okay, and again, just click on where you need to go.
This is it. I'm certain.
I feel it too. And I feel Excalibur drawing me in.
It's so dark.
Come.
Okay, and then again, you can move around, on your own if you want to. Just do that. But I'm quite happy just to go and click. And it takes you to where you need to go.
Please, could you stop for a moment?
What's this about?
King Arthur and Lady Kay. I must ask you to turn back at once. I fear you cannot defeat the enemies ahead.
And who exactly are you to tell us what to do?
You? You are more. I confess, sire.
Here I am. Surprise, surprise.
Your Majesty, allow me to explain. Morgan took Hector to lure you in. Should Canunos be revived, you would not be able to defeat him. Would you trade your life and the future of Britain for Hector? If I haven't the strength, then do not stop me. Instead, help me. Well, in this case, I help you by stopping you.
Out of my way, Merlin. I'll go through you if I have to.
What are you doing? This is madness.
Okay, and just go straight into that. So we need to subdue Merlin. As you can see here, these are the stages of what you need to do for the storyline, but you've seen it already. And again, once again, you can see here the level of the character against you, and also if there is any team that goes with him. He's on his own in this case. He is a flame elemental, which means that we would need to use a frost one to help rather than the storm ones. So, but if I look at my characters, so I can just click on the top part. You have to click on the top part to bring the roster up. I would need someone that's kind of sort of the same sort of power strength. Potentially, you've got this one who is a healer, and then you'd replace K with that. I'm tempted to do that. Let's do that. Let's replace, so take her out and add him in. The only thing then is perhaps what I need to do first of all. Because we're going to use him, let's upgrade. Let's get him through the advancement. So let's just go to the list and advance him. I wasn't planning to do this, but as I'm going to use him, I don't see any reason why not to. And as I've advanced him, I'm going to level him up a couple of levels as well. So he's a lot lower than K when it comes to the total power. He's only 818, and obviously K is something like 1500. Oh no, 1100. So it's still 300 difference, but that 300 may make a difference on whether or not we actually are able to win. So we just put him in there. Yeah, that's fine. I think. This just shows you obviously the armor. I think there will come a point where you can have 2 sets of armor, but again, we haven't got anywhere near that yet. So, using your energy, as we said before, top right on the screen shows how much you got left. Boss animations appear every time they come across them. You can obviously tick to say only appear once. I haven't done that, I've left it, but there's no reason, and you can skip by it. So he's called in a help, and he's made himself invisible, which hasn't helped either. Let's just use her on there. And will he? Yeah. So sometimes things do stop you from doing things. Like here, there was a fear monitor here, so there's not a lot we could have done with that. Let's head over to, let's try this person. There we go. Again, looks like they've all got fear at the moment. Right, let's see if you'll make a difference. So we've still got the barrier at the moment. And now we're able to eat into him. Okay, well, I remember I forgot to mention, obviously, on the battle screen what's going on. So you're watching this. So the bottom screen here, you've got Vigor. You get 1 Vigor after every character that's taken part. The Vigor amount determines what you're able to use, and the Vigor is for the whole team. So, for example, if there's 3 available now, if I use a 3, which I'm going to do, you may only get 2 back in return, which means the next character can only use a 2. So actually they only use a 1, so they didn't get an extra 1 back, so that's all we can use, just the 1. Some moves will give you more back, depending on how their characters. On the left hand side of the screen, you've got who goes in what order, starting from the bottom upwards, and on the right hand side you've got obviously your settings, you've got automated, and you've got times, so you can go 1 times 2 or times 3. I always go times 3. You've got video angles from this side as well. And then the top one, I think, is the team. So it shows you what team there are. So he's now back and barriered, so we've got a bit of an issue on our hands here. So we might just kind of try and do this for now until the barrier goes. Just use ones for now. Right, let's try and take him out if we can. Now these two are both healers, so that will give you some heal back. And we're going to try and take him out now. Oh no, he's got damage immunity on him. Now you would have noticed things like percentages. This is where the relic triangle comes into play. So, for example, this is Tristan, who is a storm relic going up against 2 flames. So he's going to lose percentage each time on his power. He'll still do the move, but he'll lose percentages. And hopefully we can soon finish him off. I particularly want him to reclaim the bear again, which he's going to do. Oh, you little beggar. This may not end well. Purely on the grounds of the fact that this guy's now got 2 bears. And fear seems to be playing a major part in this. Now, you will probably find when you're playing the game that each game has a to get 3 stars, you have to do a certain thing or a certain set of criteria. Oh, good, he's now damaged, so that might help in our favour now. If we can take him out, it will make a huge amount of difference. It's usually like the number of turns you take, or number of heroes still alive, or things like that. I know I'm probably hitting against a brick wall with the fact that he's got a barrier, but we really need to try and take him out. Oh, he's now working it. He's now... Right, so I've lost one of my characters. Alright. So we've got rid of, we've kind of not got rid of, but we've taken out. But as you can see here, ironically, we did need to use. Well, we used one or more storm heroes, which is Tristan. But he says have all the heroes survive, which we didn't, and win in 20 turns, which we didn't. So we will look to revisit this one at a later date. It took over 6.5 minutes to do. Which is a bit of a shame, but you did get first time clearance. You do get some items, so we've had some stone and some armor.
You've called upon more than I realize.
Then let there be no more argument. Allow us to pass.
Very well, Your Majesty. Forgive my ducks. I will do what I can to help you.
I must say, I still don't understand why.
I need your guidance.
Although it was a long time,
So I'm going to skip through this a bit.
this is the outer the flow of power.
There must be a clue there on how to open the tunnel.
Arthur, we must hurry. Merlin, no more delays.
So now Merlin has joined us in our venture. Right, so we'll come out of this particular storyline for now. For the purpose of this video, I just wanted to kind of show you what you're up against when you've got combat. And we'll go to the estate. So we're back here again, and again we can claim certain items. So let's just what's this? Claim there. And then just that's done. One of our daily missions sorted out. And go up here to it's got inventory, so we can open and use that. And that gives us some more orbs. And as I said, we've got some. So we're going to see if we can actually actually, there's two things here. With any armor now, when you get to a certain point, not now, but at the beginning you don't get this, but when you get to a certain point, you are able to enhance the armor in question. For the purpose of this, we're going to go to manage first, and we're going to see if anybody needs it. So as you remember before, I mentioned that with any item you have, it's allocated with a symbol and a number. The number relates to whether it's 1 or 2 in regard to preset. Preset doesn't come for 2 till later on, from what I understand. Yeah, so basically the idea is you'd want to kind of maximize the best out of what you can. Each of these items have a symbol against them, and as you can see, if they're highlighted, they'll give you extra benefits. So for example, Tristan has extra 20% defense to his stats and 15% on life. And other characters will have something. So for example, Arthur here has a 4 set of attack, so basically he's got 30% on his. So when you're allocating the armor, it is, you can choose, obviously I think it goes 2, 4 and 6, so you either have all 6 of the same same section, which is attack, or you can have defense, or you can have life, or a mixture of all 3. So we're going to move down through and just see who we got here. So this is earrings. Now this one has already got earrings, so we don't need to do that. And this has got a number against it, +3. I think this has been enhanced already, so we don't need to worry about that. We'll give him these. So what you do then is just to equip. But we're going to enhance them as well. So literally you just click on enhance. You can have a maximum enhance, which costs you gold, or you can just do partial if you want to. It then kind of changes the level of things, so it's maximized itself now, and then we'll just equip it, and then that will increase. So in this case, it increases his power by 62 points, takes him up to 880. He hasn't got a ring at the moment either, so let's give him, just going to give him the basic ring for now, because I want to save the other rare armor for rare characters or legendary characters. But yeah, so what I'll probably end up doing is, because I've only recently been able to enhance my armor, I might go through all the armor I have at the moment on characters and enhance ones that I can, so that my upper team has kind of got the best they can out of it. Let me use that as well. So that gives us, so we've got some more boots actually now, so let's just see if we can actually allocate those boots. So we manage them. So Tristan's, no, Kay's already got them, so I'm going to give them to Tristan, and I'm going to enhance them first. So let's enhance them, and again let's just see how much it's going to cost us. Maximum enhance is 19,000. Equip. And his now is increased by another 46 points to go there. He's now got 2 sets of 2 defensive. So I think it must be 2 is in 2s, or I think it also might be to do with the level of the armor. So for example, here we've got 2 legendaries, a legendary and a rare. If he had a legendary ring with the same thing, that might turn into a 4. But either way, he's got 40% defense on his stats. Again, click on that. Okay, so there you go. This is the starting point of where your life continues in regards to King Arthur Legends Rise. As I said before, it's possible to begin with. My videos on this series may be infrequent, so there might be a week between them, as I want to do some off-screen work as well. But eventually, once I've done a bit more of what I need to do on the other videos, or the other games I'm playing at the moment, I may return to this game more frequently, and then obviously we can have shorter videos in relation to like updates or news or how you're doing your game, comments on how you're doing your game and things like that. And hopefully things will become, more of an open forum on this particular style, completely different to the normal Let's Play series. But we're open to see what we can do. What's this one for? There's nothing on here. No, it's giving me a symbol to use, but I don't think there's anything on here that I need to use at the moment, apart from maybe that, which is the stats material. Okay, so thanks for watching today. I'm going to bring the video to a close. I hope that's been of interest to you and that you've been able to pick up some hints and tips from the game. As always, comment in the section below if you've got anything you want to add to the game itself. You may have already be further ahead of me, or maybe you're kind of catching up. Or you may want to know what certain kind of things do. I'm always open to see what we can add to the content on that basis. So, yep, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.